And now for something completely different.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Cinematic Relief. I'm Lightning of Thunder and Lightning.
And I'm Thunder of
Thunder and
Thunder
Lightning.
and Lightning.
Of Lightning and Thunder. And
That's
here
what
we
I was
are.
gonna say, yeah. Welcome to Cinematic Relief. I don't know if you said that or not.
Yeah, I did. Stop
oh,
it. You did that last
sorry.
time, too.
I genuinely, each time, it was like genuine that I didn't realize if you did it or not.
I'm just teasing. That was
in
too
my
funny,
head,
though.
In my head, I didn't do it, so I'm like, well, it hasn't been said.
Yeah. Memory. Like, not, I was going to say muscle memory. Guess it would be muscle memory.
Yeah.
Your brain is a muscle.
And
Anyways.
your vocal cords. Anyway, welcome to our TED Talk about fucking vocal cords or whatever the fuck.
Anthony did the intro perfectly, but the mixer wasn't turned on, so I just figured I'd say exactly what he said.
Without asking, he just like, oh, let me turn this on, and I'll take the intro. So Chris and I just got back from the theater. We didn't do a before we go style thing this time, but we just saw Brightburn.
Yeah.
I mean, I really liked it.
Oh,
I think
it was,
you
yeah,
did too.
it was phenomenal. Really great.
So first of all, spoiler alert.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler warning for Brightburn.
Yeah, whole thing.
Movie just came out where it was a very short movie, so I can't imagine we're not going to talk about absolutely everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you want to start or?
Where should we start?
I don't know. I was thinking about that.
Well,
I guess we should get out of the way everything we didn't like. Was there anything you didn't like?
sure. Before we even do that,
Oh, okay.
because I feel like we always assume people just know what movies we're
Oh,
talking
you want
about.
a quick plot synopsis?
Yeah, just to give people the general idea, this movie did not hide the fact at all that this is literally an origin story of Superman, but what if Superman was evil?
He
Like,
literally
it didn't hide it at all, and I really love that.
In fact, we'll get to it later. In fact, it even like doubled down on that in the after the credits scene.
Oh yeah, do you
Um,
think they had to get licensing for that?
No.
'Cause but it's literally the story,
Yeah.
except it takes a turn.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask, do you think because literally this kid, super speed, flight, super strength, heat
Laser
vision,
eyes, yeah.
like the only super withstanding Superman ability that he didn't use was freeze breath.
And
X-ray vision. But he
X-
could have used
X-ray
that.
vision. Yeah, honestly, we don't know if he used it or not. But the puppet thing too.
Annabelle?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh.
When you mime up.
Oh, ventriloquism?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? Sporadic ventriloquism or
No,
something?
it's
What-
super ventriloquism.
Oh, that's what it's considered.
Yeah, that's literally what
Okay.
it's called.
Good.
For
For those of you who don't know, Superman has super ventriloquism.
Yeah. So this movie, as told by Wikipedia, is a 2019 American superhero horror film, kind of the first of its kind, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Very cool.
It was directed by David Yarovesky, and it was produced by James Gunn. And it stars Elizabeth Banks and David Denman, and Jackson A. Dunn.
And
Is
it's
the kid.
it was written by James Gunn's brother.
Yeah, it was. I'm trying to figure that out right now. Yeah, written by Brian Gunn and Mark Gunn.
Yeah.
One of those is his brother. One of those is his cousin.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's like all in the family. Literally, those two guys, the two Gunn having names that aren't James, wrote a movie pitch, and they went to James. He was like, "Could you use the James Gunniness that you have to make this movie?" And he was like, "Yeah."
Well, I was literally just texting somebody like, I don't think Hollywood would have gone for this movie if James Gunn's name wasn't on it.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that these creators had an outlet in their relative,
Yeah.
because their movie was great.
Oh yeah.
And it deserves all the money it gets, because it was really good, and it seems like they want to expand upon this, and if they do, I'm so curious to see what's next.
No, I left there wanting more.
Yeah,
and
no,
I feel
me
like
too.
that's what they
And
wanted me to.
I think that's due in part to the fact that this movie was only an hour and 30 minutes long,
Yeah.
which is like a short movie even for a children's movie.
Oh yeah. And the weird part is, and I feel weird saying this, but it's true, it was a creative concept.
Yeah.
I feel like it was easy. I feel like we've all thought about it, and they had plenty of source material. Like, when it comes right down to it, all they had to write was their own, evil interpretation of what happened.
yeah.
Like, the story's already there.
Right.
But even still, it was a very original idea.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It makes me look forward to New Mutants even less, because New Mutants is that X-Men movie that's been in like post production for like 3 or 4 years, and Disney just gave it a new release date, and it's supposed to be an X-Men horror film, but it's not going to be as good as this.
Yeah.
I can tell you. But it's got a lot of good actors in it, which is cool, and Magic's going to be in it.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, since we're probably going to spend a lot of time talking about the stuff we did like about it,
Yeah.
we can talk about the few things we didn't like. This is just me personally, and this is my problem, because these are horror movies, and it's kind of to be expected. There were some really gross scenes.
Oh, yeah.
There were some, I couldn't watch the screen gross scenes. They were quick, and they were very infrequent. There was,
Yeah.
2 that I can think of.
No, there was 3. There was the cop at the end on the floor. There was the
that was
eye
pretty gross. The eye.
and the jaw.
Yeah.
The jaw, after the shock factor of the jaw happening was there, I was fine looking at
Yeah.
it. The eye, I couldn't look
No,
at.
I'll never watch that scene.
In the later shots, it got a little less gross, but that first shot when she took the glass out of her eye was really gross.
Oh, yeah.
I thought for a second she was going to pull her whole fucking eye out.
I did too. Have to say, though, I really liked the camera work after that.
Yeah.
We saw things from her perspective, and half the camera was clean, half of it had
that
red
was
running
cool.
down
and
it.
he knew that. He stayed in her blind spot. Did
Oh,
you
yeah,
notice
yeah,
that?
yeah, I did notice that. That was really cool. I loved... sorry, we're still talking about things we don't like.
No, yeah, talk about whatever you want, man.
One thing, I already voiced this to you, I thought it was... the cop figures it out. The hometown sheriff, it's a small town.
Yeah.
He figures out exactly who is causing this way too fast.
Yeah,
He spends 5 minutes staring at the same symbol from 2 different crime scenes.
And then he's
That went on forever. He was like, this one and this one.
Yeah.
And he was like, they're the same. And then he was instantly like, hey, Brendan, what is it? Byers?
Brandon Breyer.
Yeah, Brandon Breyer did this. Hey, you, everybody, Brendan Byers did this. Go get him. You gonna be part of this?
Sorry, I guess I was wrong. I thought Jake Johnson was in this movie, but I guess not. That wasn't Jake Johnson, the guy who voiced Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that wasn't
Oh,
him.
okay.
It sounded and looked just like him. Anyways, no, yeah, that was a little silly because it could have been BB for Brightburn.
Or like I said, I guess I was late to the party. I didn't even notice that the symbol was BB. It just kind of looked like a satanic symbol to
I
me.
think if you watched the first trailer they released, you would have you would have
figured it
out because that was because they didn't show much in the first trailer, so that was pretty much the whole focus was that symbol he kept drawing.
Okay.
And it was like, what is this movie? And then the next trailer was like, it's Superman, but it's a horror film.
Well, I guess the cop saw the first trailer because it took him 10 minutes to figure out who was behind everything.
And then he was so sure. He was like, he went right to his house. He was like, where is he? And she was like, gone. And he was like, I'm going to come inside. She was like, nope. He was like, all right, I'm right, but here I go. That was a little weird. So they didn't, not that I didn't like this. I kind of like that they didn't explain much in this film, but they didn't explain why he's a superhero. Like, I thought we were going to get like some...
Oh, I know.
I thought we were going to... Because he clearly didn't have superpowers until this movie started.
Right.
Because there was the whole thing where they were like, he never bleeds, but like, also like, the first time he was tugging on the gate, he couldn't open it, and then like, immediately he had super strength.
Yeah, I think it awoke something dormant in him.
Yeah.
One thing this movie did that was super cool, and this might be part of the reason we don't have an explanation as to why he is who he is.
Why he's so evil.
Yeah. Is, they didn't even explain, like, they did the Spider-Man thing, like I said, from Homecoming, where it was like, we all know how Spider-Man started, so we're not even going to talk about it. They kind of did that here, where we saw the asteroid fall, and then it was like 10 years later.
Yeah.
And
it was like
we all
in the
know what
West.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah. Which was
So-
interesting. This was all, for all intents and purposes, an origin story.
Oh yeah, I'm really glad he didn't die, because that leaves it open for more.
Yeah, like I was telling you, when she grabbed the kryptonite equivalent, the shit that the ship was made out of, I was like, oh, okay, so we are going to get out of this and kill this kid. Because what I thought was going to happen is everyone was going to die, and then it was going to be like, get ready for Brightburn 2, where he destroys Earth.
Yeah,
And it seems like that's what we're going to get.
yeah,
Seems like that's what we're going to get because no one made it out of this movie.
yeah. I mean, I loved almost everything about this movie.
Yeah, me too, man.
It was scary. His design was cool. It felt like I was watching an alternate universe where Superman's evil.
Yeah.
I liked how they foreshadowed the whole time that, before everything creepy started happening with him, they were like, we got to show him we care and all this. And then they both failed him.
Yeah.
Absolutely failed him.
Yeah.
As parents, as guardians, as people.
No, they had a very stereotypical horror movie relationship with each other.
Yeah.
Like where one of them was in denial and the other one was the truther, and they were disagreeing, and then by the end of the movie they're not telling each other everything, and then the one who is denying everything figures out that everything she was denying is true way too late.
Oh yeah.
No, for all intents and purposes, this was a pretty typical horror film. It just happened to be about Superman.
Right. And that's what I'm saying is it's so simple, but it gave such a fresh spin on everything.
Yeah. No, like you said, I definitely left wanting more. Due in part to the after the credits scene. Is it too early to talk about that? Can I just jump right in?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
First of all, Michael Rooker was in this film. I read online that there was a cameo, and I was like, what does that mean? Superman's not going to show up in this movie, right?
It's weird to see him with hair.
Yeah. Does he not have hair in The Walking Dead either?
It's always like, I mean, by hair, I mean he had like a little bit of like long hair. He's always had like stubble or nothing, bald or stubble
or blue
or
fin
or blue, yeah,
or giant red fin.
It was just weird to see like he had like a little fro going.
Yeah. No, but they teased not only a Brightburn Aquaman and a Brightburn Wonder Woman, but they teased a Brightburn Flash and Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. No, and question mark.
And question mark, which
just leaves you wondering. Like, yeah. I'll be kind of pissed if this movie doesn't have some form of a sequel.
Right, yeah.
Because it was set up perfectly. Not
like
only
that question mark could be anybody.
Oh, yeah.
It could be Shazam. It could be the Joker. It could be Batman.
You and I had a couple of cool concepts, but forget the fact that they even gave us like an evil Justice League that could potentially form. There's an evil Superman loose on the planet.
Yeah.
That's enough.
Yeah.
You don't need more than that.
She was literally flipping through his book of like, Dear Diary, today I did this. And
yeah.
It was like a picture of him killing the diner lady, picture of him killing his uncle, and then a picture of him exploding the planet we live on.
Yeah. By the way, I didn't say anything, and I wish I did. There was some sort of cryptic alien language that he was that his asteroid was speaking to him, and that he was trying to translate into English.
Yeah.
Once he said "take," I knew exactly what the next two words were.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was "take the world." I knew instantly.
I don't know what I thought. I thought it was going to be like "take it all back" or something. Like I thought it was going to be something vague.
Oh no! I was instantly like, this kid's gonna. It's Superman. He's gonna conquer the world. He's either gonna save it or he's gonna conquer it.
Dude, sorry. Get a load of this. This is from the Wikipedia article. In May 2019, director David Yarovesky stated that upon the film potentially being a success, the universe of Brightburn would be expanded upon. In a later interview with Collider, Yarovesky confirmed that the film's mid-credit scene make reference to a half-man, half-sea creature terrorizing the seas, a powerful witch who chokes her victims with a rope, and Rainn Wilson's character Frank Darbo / the Crimson Bolt from Super.
What?
I guess the
Oh, I know exactly.
Is his ability that he runs quick?
He was just a normal guy.
Oh. I think the one I thought was the Flash might have been him. Maybe.
Are you telling me that's part of this universe?
It would appear so.
Dude, that's so amazing. You know what would be even more nuts? Is if these weren't all horror movies. I would love a cross-genre universe.
Yeah.
That would be nuts.
If one of them was like Super 2 and then the last one was like honest to goodness like Marvel DC superhero film.
Yeah. Whoa, that just blew my mind. I need to watch Super again.
Yeah, because Super's like Kick-Ass. None of them actually have superpowers, right?
Yeah, he's just a normal dude from what I can remember.
That's funny.
Are you telling me how can they say that? Did they make that movie too?
James Gunn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made Super?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. James
Oh,
Gunn made
awesome.
Super. Yeah. That was like his first big like I'm James Gunn, bitch.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a movie from this guy I haven't liked.
I know, right?
Wow. That just blew my mind.
Oh, I thought you knew that about him directing that film.
No, that would be such an interesting spin. That guy's not evil though.
No. I don't know.
Interesting.
I've never seen Super, so
Now I want to see this movie again so that cuz that'd be crazy if just Rainn Wilson is in that scene and we didn't even notice it.
yeah, I wouldn't have recognized him. I just saw a red suit and I was like, "Oh, that Brightburn Flash."
If I saw the suit, I know exactly what Rainn Wilson's suit from Super looks like. I was too busy, honest to God. I was looking at the Aquaman they had there because I just thought it was him again.
Yeah.
I didn't like the picture of the Aquaman we got because I was like, it has red glowing eyes just like Brightburn
Yeah.
kid. So I just thought it was him. I that whole scene, I was just focusing on that, and I kind of wish I was looking more because if I saw, because he also has a symbol, Super.
Okay.
It's Red Crimson, right? That's his name.
Crimson Bolt.
Crimson Bolt.
That's what I just read.
Red Crimson would be a dumb name. He has a symbol, and I would have picked up on it instantly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's something to think about.
That'd be really cool. Like I said, I'm super down for Brightburn
Whatever's
universe.
next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta take that in.
There was a lot of things that this kid did that Superman would never do that I was just like, finally, like he killed a guy by running through him.
Yeah.
And he killed his dad by like heat visioning his face off. Yeah. He does that to Shazam in Injustice 1, but you don't see it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then there's a line in Injustice 2 cuz Superman's evil, but the Flash isn't, where Superman says something like, "You cheated in those races that we did," or whatever. And the Flash says, "Those were for children." And Superman was like, "I'd never kill a child," or something like that. And Flash is like, "But what about Shazam? Because Shazam's a little kid in an adult's body,
yeah.
and he straight up murdered that dude." And he murdered him so hard that he didn't make it into the second game.
How's about that poor little girl?
Oh
who,
my God, I know.
Like, he had that. This was like a weird scene. They find not porn, but like pictures of women in their underwear in his room, and then it's mixed in with like entrail pictures.
Yeah, what do you think he
that was
doing?
nasty.
Do you think he was
I think he was into it.
Was that the implication? I thought he was like studying human anatomy or something.
Oh, that could have been the case too. That could have been it. But then like his dad has the talk with him.
Yeah, the worst talk maybe ever.
Yeah, and he could have saved it. There was a plenty of points where he could have saved it.
Yeah.
But then the kid was like, it's okay to
Yeah, he worded that the worst way.
Yeah, he was like, it's okay to, act on these urges if you like women. And this is a 12-year-old kid he's talking to.
Yeah.
And the kid was like, now? And he was like, what? No. What are you talking
I think if he
about?
said yes, he would have just flown away right there and went to her house.
I don't know. There was that moment, in the moment when he first is weird with his parents, when they're in it's his birthday.
Yeah.
And they're in a diner. His uncle gives him a gun for his birthday. His dad doesn't like
Having
that.
it, yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, no. and like very violently, and then he like pounds the table and he's like, "No, like give it to me," or you know, and the dad's like, we're getting out of here right now. The next day, supposedly that's extremely out of character for this kid. I'm not a parent, but like, I feel like I'd sit my kid down and be like, "Why did you respond that way the other day?"
Yeah, like, hey, what's up, bud?
Yeah.
What's going on?
And they made a piss poor effort at that.
Yeah.
But like, not one of them was like, "Why did you respond the way you did?"
Right.
You know, I understand you want this gun, but as your parents, we got to let you know, you're not old enough. There's a responsibility that comes with that. Is that why you were upset? Like, what? They didn't ask him anything.
They let all the weird stuff slide for far too long.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they reveal to the audience that they've kind of known the whole time.
Yeah, then they were like, "Hey, our son's weird, right?" And the other one's like, I was kind of thinking that too.
Remember our weird son? The one that's always been weird?
The one that chewed on a fork for 5 minutes and destroyed the fork.
Yeah.
At that point, I would have gone upstairs, and I one of two things. I would have been like, this kid's got to see a doctor, a hospital, or come check out this cool thing he can do. I think we can make some money off of it.
Yeah. Dude, if you were a kid and you accidentally chucked a lawnmower like 100 feet behind you, would your next action as a human being be stick your hand in the blade?
No, that was so weird. You know what my next action would have been?
Throw something else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have been like, I can throw things.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, let's see if I'm indestructible.
Literally, like, assuming that comic books exist in Brightburn, I would have been like, whoa, could I lift, like, a car? Can I fly? People with super strength
that
can
was such a
usually fly.
weird second step. He finds out he can chuck a lawnmower for, like, a mile, and then it's running, and he's like, let me just stick my hand in it. What if it didn't work?
I know.
Guess what? Now you're only half as strong as you were 2 minutes ago. You're missing an arm now.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. For a kid who's never bled, I guess maybe we're not thinking from the proper perspective.
Right.
The kid's never been injured before, so maybe he has less to fear than we do. That's still a weird second choice to just see if you're indestructible.
Because, like, even if you're alien Satan spawn or whatever the fuck he is, he's still a kid. And,
Right.
Like, shit's scary.
Oh, that's exactly
Like,
right. And he got
I would-
horrified at a few points.
Right.
He was afraid.
But he kind of didn't hesitate to put his hand in
That's
the
exactly.
blade.
He, like zero. Like
Yeah.
didn't even think about it. He was just like, I'm just gonna boop.
Yeah.
No,
I would be all over, like, maybe 50 tries from now. I'll do that. Like,
Right, exactly.
Let me lift a few things. Let me see how high I can
and here,
jump.
If I was testing my own,
Superpowers.
yeah, but more specifically, what can hurt me?
Yeah.
I think I'd work my way up to a lawnmower
Yeah.
blade. I don't think I'd start with that.
They do a great job of doing that in Heroes, because the cheerleader finds out she's indestructible and she, like, pokes herself and like, and then
See, I think I'd start with that.
and then by episode 1, you find her and she's on to jumping off of bridges and seeing if that'll kill her.
See,
and then she's basically like, that's the farthest I've gone so far.
I feel like my first step would be poking myself with stuff. Before,
As far as I'm concerned, my only ability is super strength, so
Right,
I'm going to start to
exactly.
lift things.
Exactly. My next step, first step after throwing the lawnmower, trying to push a tree down. They live in a farm. I would have just gone up to a tree and just, because assuming I'm not I don't want to like break the car.
Right,
I don't want to break the lawnmower, even though
Even though he did.
Yeah. Like, I would just go to a tree and I'd just be like, well, let's see. Let's see what I can do. But if I was testing my own durability, I would start with poking myself. I think step before lawnmower blade, would I just get a knife and I just slowly, chop at one of my fingers and just see, not a lot of strength at first.
Right.
Then slowly build up until I'm just trying to hack my finger off.
You need the am I bleeding part.
Exactly.
And then you need the am I indestructible part.
Exactly. He just he was like, I'm just going to... You know what, though? Maybe we didn't see that part of his life. He's 12 years old, never bled in his life. Oh, God. Oh, God, we're still going. I just smacked the mixer.
No, we're good.
No,
you think this is like the 8th thing that he's accidentally thrown?
Maybe not accidentally thrown, but I feel like as far as testing his own durability goes, maybe he's already tried stuff.
Yeah.
Like if I was 12 years old and never bled, but that's weird.
Yeah.
Somebody would tell me that's uncommon.
If I was 12 and I never bled before, and I was hanging out with another kid and he bled, I would throw up right there.
Oh,
on
yeah,
him.
right?
I'd be like, "What is that? Oh God, that's disgusting. You're so weird."
Yeah, exactly.
What a weirdo. You're
Then he
gross.
does bleed in this movie.
Yeah.
He didn't freak out nearly as much as he should have. You go 12 years of your life without bleeding, then you get a giant gash in your hand. I'd freak out.
Did you put two and two together that they were doing a kryptonite allegory in that scene?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't, and I didn't until she grabbed it. Until she figured it out, I didn't figure it out.
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing.
I for some reason thought we weren't going to get back to that. I was just like, oh, it cut him. That's weird.
I thought, at first, the way it was shot, I was like, it looked like the barn cut him. And I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, no, it was the ship. The ship cut him.
Yeah.
We now know how to defeat this
Either
kid.
way, being near the ship cut him. If it was
Right.
the barn, that's what my
Right.
my
Ooh, that you know what?
was.
That's interesting too. Maybe it wasn't the actual ship. Maybe I did see correctly. Maybe it was just a
No,
piece
but
of the barn.
she clearly said it hurt him and
Right.
then went to go get a piece from it.
True.
They also didn't explain, like, I know who it was, but they didn't explain why that woman was there.
He's just his first. He didn't hide any of the other bodies.
Right.
But he also had a cover for at least the next victim.
Yeah.
It was a car accident.
Yeah.
This one didn't really have a cover.
No.
She just kind of went missing, so I guess he had to hide her.
But he also left his insignia everywhere. So I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. He needed to leave his mark.
I do like how they didn't show it, but I really like how we got the classic Superman saves the plane, except reversed.
No kidding, yeah.
Like, Superman saves a plane in, like, every fucking movie and TV show, and this kid was just like, oh, a plane.
He used it as a cover-up, too.
He did.
I didn't put that part together. I thought, honest to God, I kind of thought it was going to go blank there. He sees a plane coming and is like, I'm going to destroy this plane.
Yeah, I thought that was the end.
Yeah, and then I see the FBI checking out his house, and I'm like, how are they going to pretend to explain this? How are they going to mention this and not mention the fact that there's a super kid around? And then I see plane seats on the ground. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
He threw it at the house.
All he had to do was make sure no one survived.
Yeah, that's insane. And then this was the best part, and I was like, wow, he's going to get away with this for a long time. He's sitting in the back of an ambulance eating a cookie like he's a victim of the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was great.
I thought for a second, I'm glad they did eventually show it, but for a second, watching this movie, I was like, oh, they're not going to show him fly or move around.
Yeah, I was a little worried about that.
He's just going to be like jump scare the superhero.
Yeah.
Which I would have been okay with, but I'm glad that we got the climax with the flying through the house thing.
Yeah. Oh, that was insane. That whole scene was crazy.
That was really cool because you could tell he didn't want to hurt his mom.
Yeah.
Like, whatever was inside him wanted him to, but he didn't want to.
Yeah.
And that was throughout the whole, up until the last when she tried to kill him.
And here's the thing. I mean,
God, that's
I'm not saying the parents didn't make a right decision with this kid, but he refused to hurt them until they attempted first.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
That was
he
very
showed
interesting.
restraint with them.
Yeah.
And honest to God, with the dad, too, I thought he was going to be like, I never want to see you again or something like that. Because Dad takes him hunting, and I knew that cold turkey, too. I was like, Dad's going to friggin' shoot him on this camping trip.
I knew something was up.
Yeah. Dad shoots him in the back of the head, and he just turns around, and it's like, oh, that's awkward. The dad doesn't hesitate either. He goes for another bullet.
Yeah.
I think that's what did it for him.
Yeah.
Because then,
Because there's always the, like, was that an accident, Dad? And
that's hard to explain, but
no,
you're right.
but I mean, like, and then he could just be like, yes, and then they're like, all right, let's never talk about this again, and you get to live.
Exactly. But no, instead he was like, go. Here's the thing, too. That's the wrong move. He goes for another bullet. Do you think the front of his head is going to be any
Took
more?
him like 30 straight minutes to put the second bullet in the gun.
He was probably freaking out. I'm sure he was like, my job's to. Oh, my God. Oh, jeez. And then
Whoa, that was weird. Did you hear that noise?
I did hear that noise. It sounded like a knock, right?
Maybe. I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah.
That's another thing that Superman would never do. Is he took his mom up in the sky and just let her fall.
I love that scene too. There was a few things about this movie that I really liked, and part of it was I could call it a mile away. And I usually don't like that, but I was just like, ooh, I can't wait to see how they do this.
That's due in part to the fact that this kid is literally Superman.
Right.
Are they liable for any sort of lawsuit?
That's how we started this. I
Yeah.
said to you, did they have to pay for any copyrights?
No,
This
I
kid
don't-
is Superman. That's it. They did not beat around the bush. This kid is Superman. Here's the name we gave him. Also, his color's red. His hero costume is red.
And like you said, even down to his cape was the thing he arrived in.
Yes. Everything about this kid.
Like the thing that could hurt him was the thing from his planet.
Yeah.
And
No, it was just his story. They must have got some sort of permission,
yeah.
which is bonkers. Crazy.
No, it was really good. I was surprised at how okay with how short it was. I was
Yeah, me too. I was a little when you said it was
an hour and a half.
yeah, I was a little like
Right.
this might end dumb. That was the other thing too. This whole movie, I was like, please don't end dumb.
Right. Yeah.
Don't have a dumb ending. That kills 99% of horror
because
movies
here's
for
the thing,
me.
like if the movie ended with her killing him and then like fade to black, but then we do still get the other superheroes teased, I think that would have been fine too.
Yeah, that would have been
But
all right.
I like what we got a lot more.
Yeah.
The movie, like you said, the movie went and ended exactly the way I thought it was going to.
Yeah. No, it's literally, like I said, I'm texting somebody and they said, was it what you expected? And I said, yes. And I'm so happy it was.
Yeah.
Like, it was everything I wanted out of this movie.
No, literally, like we never had this talk, but like there was always the undertones of like, what if it happens like this? And then it totally did.
Yeah. Oh, it was perfect. There was nothing more I needed from that movie.
Yeah. It was also pretty scary. Like I was worried that it was gonna like double down on the superhero-ness and not be so scary.
Yeah.
But it was like
Oh, there was a
traditional-
hefty amount of scare in that.
yeah. And it wasn't all cheap jump scares, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
A lot of it was like superhero based. Like now I'm here. And it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh Christ. But there's no like, how did he do that? Because I know how he did it.
Right.
Because he's Superman.
Right.
And Superman can do whatever the fuck he wants.
There was some weird scenes, and by weird I mean I laughed because of just how, like, this kid instantly understood how much power he had.
Oh yeah.
And like he just started talking to adults differently.
I think he had a demon telling him to do it or something.
Yeah.
He had like an alien Satan demon telling him what to do and what to say and how to act.
I would like a little. I understand. I'm sure I could. It's Superman lore.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's everything about this movie I can connect to a specific Superman thing.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, like, there's some. Christ, what was Superman's real name?
Clark Kent, Kal-El.
Kal-El. I'm sure there's some like Kal-El like telepathic. He's still got connection with his home planet's deal.
Yeah, his dad.
Right. No, well, I don't even mean like a voice, or maybe, you know what? Maybe that is the connection. Maybe it wasn't a demon inside of him, but maybe he just started listening to the voice of his real parent.
In that first scene, he was straight up possessed.
Yeah, he
because
really
was. Like,
was.
hey,
Yeah.
he was like, "What? Where am I?"
Yeah.
So that
No,
was
that's
like,
true.
that's where I got worried because I was like, "Oh, is it just gonna be there's a ghost in him or whatever?"
Yeah.
But no, whatever's in him is part of him, and he's a superhero.
Yeah. No, wow, that movie opened my eyes. I'm excited for more in this genre of movies.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for it to not just be this genre of movies if what you just read was right. That's
Yeah.
insane. That other movie isn't a horror movie. Super is not a horror movie.
So you and I were talking about how like we were talking about how like what if they my thing was what if they do the same movie we just watched over and over again, once with the Aquaman one and once with the Woman
it
Woman
would
one.
it would get old.
But they do it in a way where it's like they're all happening at the same time, like they all awoke from the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
And then the last one could be like a Batman type figure being like, I know how to kill them all and I'm gonna do it, and now we actually have a protagonist. But like, what if that's Rainn Wilson's character? Like now that we know that Rainn
Whoa.
like this is part of the super universe, or
Dude.
so they say.
I would be so down for Rainn Wilson to be the one who takes them out or
Like,
tries to.
What if in 3 movies from now Rainn Wilson actually develops superpowers and it's just Rainn Wilson versus Brightburn? That'd be
Yeah.
so cool.
Have you ever
I haven't even seen Super.
I was
and
just gonna
think that's
ask.
really cool.
Knowing the information we have, would you be down to watch Super?
I've always been down to watch Super. It's just been me and that movie have had like now it's not the time. Oh, now it's
I think now might be the time.
well, yeah.
Because here's the thing with
No, I just mean like whenever it was like you could watch it. It's on Netflix. And I'm like, but I'm busy. Yo, it's off Netflix. Fuck. I missed it. It's one of those movies.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to watch it. Nathan Fillion's in that flick, right?
You know me with names.
Oh, Nathan Fillion's the Oh man, what would you know Nathan Fillion from? He was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. He was in Firefly. He was in Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog.
I just keep shaking my head for the audience so that they know what's going on.
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was only his voice.
We can look it up later.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure he plays a Christian superhero.
Well, I was just going to say, Jesus is in the show, but he's a show within the movie.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was going to say is Rainn Wilson's character, spoiler alert for the movie Super. He thinks he has there was divine intervention. God gave him the go ahead to slaughter these bad people.
Okay.
And like that's his whole drive is he's like I know I'm right because God told me I'm right, which could also be like if he's a bad guy, I could totally see that
if this kid
going
gets
his direction.
Powers from a Satan alien, why couldn't Rainn Wilson get powers from a Jesus alien?
Right, sure. Absolutely.
That's a great point.
Even that still sounds like it's picturing him as the protagonist. He has this undying belief that he's just, which, needs to be questioned sometimes.
Yeah.
And I could see his character going an evil path because he's, too confident that what he's doing is right.
Yeah.
But he's not a horror villain, though,
right.
which is interesting.
He's got a sidekick, though, right?
Watch the movie.
It's Ellen Page, is it not?
It is. Watch the movie is all I'm
Okay.
going to say about that.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, Ellen Page is his sidekick in that.
Cool.
Oh, wow. Those are just two movies I'd never expect
Well,
to
they're
be
made
connected.
by the same dude.
It's fantastic.
You brought this up earlier. It's literally split Unbreakable again.
Yeah, I did mention that.
You did.
Wow, before we even found this out, we were talking about what the other
Brightburn movie would be called.
Yeah, and I was like, I really hope it's like not called Brightburn 2. I kind of hope it's called something completely different, kind of like the Glass Unbreakable and Split. And
that movie, I haven't seen Glass, but Unbreakable is a superhero movie. Split is a horror movie. Just like you said, a cross-genre.
That would be perfect.
A cross-genre cinematic universe.
I would love that. There's so much potential for what they just made.
Not in a while have I left a new IP movie being like they could do whatever they want with that and I would love it.
Most of the time, I'm like, I'd be down to see more, but here's the thing, they're gonna just milk that as far as it can go, and I feel like there's not much further it can go. With this, if there's 6 more movies, and I'll be excited, like they just set us up for. Yeah. And if I find out it's cross-genred, that'd be even more exciting.
Yeah, that'd be cool. It's like, what'll we arrive to next time? Will it be a comedy like Super was, I think?
Yeah, no, Super. That's the thing is, Super was like an indie comedy.
Yeah.
It blows my mind. Here's the thing: I couldn't even see those two characters in the same film as of right now. Maybe maybe something happens that'll change my mind. I would just love for those movies to be connected in some way.
Because here's the other thing, like, what is Rainn Wilson doing other than refusing to show up to Boston Comic Con? Like, what has he been in the last couple of years?
Maybe he's working on Super too.
No, that'd be rad. Yeah, it was.
He was in the Meg.
Oh, he was?
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that?
I did see that.
Oh, was it good?
It was all right.
One sentence or not? Less, I mean.
I feel like I matched what you wanted.
What did you say?
I just said it was all right.
Oh, okay. Was it like scary? I don't like sharks, but I.
Oh yeah. Oh, you'd piss your pants.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't piss my pants literally, but
figuratively.
Okay. I'll talk about how I pissed my pants, but I didn't really. Yeah. No. I feel like. I don't know. I feel like we're just like, this movie was great, but like it really was.
Oh yeah. No. I mean, I feel like we do a lot of negative talk on on our shows, and I want people to know I'm not. We're not. What's the word I'm looking for? Toxic fanboys.
No.
You know, I love when I get excited over something that was
Yeah.
really good,
Yeah.
and this was really good.
That's the thing. Like, this is a new thing, and pretty much the only reason I wanted to see it was because I thought it looked good, and it had an opportunity to totally suck.
Oh, absolutely.
And it really didn't, and
No.
it was super interesting and super intriguing. Like, this is the feeling I wanted from the Watchmen movie.
I can't wait to talk to people
Yeah.
about this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, my friend Alex loves movies, and she said she really liked this one, so I can't wait to see what she has to say about it. Because, it I don't know, it was good. There was not much that I didn't like.
And here's the thing, too. I feel like there wasn't room for a lot of complaints because it was so short.
Because it was so short. Yeah,
There
exactly.
was no fat on that movie.
No, they did the movie the way they wanted to.
Yeah.
They got all the information down on the page. I would be super surprised if there was any deleted scenes from this film.
Yeah, right?
Like, are you trying to tell me you cut it down from an hour and 35 minutes to an hour and 30?
Yeah.
That's including credits, isn't it?
Possibly.
If the runtime of the movie includes the credits, correct?
I thought it was when the credits start. I could be wrong.
Oh, I'm not quite sure about that. What I'm trying to get at is if it does include credits, then the movie's only like an hour and 19 minutes long. Also, don't stay for after the credits. There's nothing. There's just
After the small scene that happens almost instantaneously
right. It's
once
almost
the
like
credits
not.
start.
It's like during the credits, I think.
Yeah.
But it's like it happens right away.
Yeah.
And when it ends, you'll be like, oh, that just ended.
Yeah.
And then there's no after the credits scene. But theme song. Roger Ebert's Critic Corner.
Well, if you can't introduce it in 2 episodes and then never do it again.
No, I'll do it. My throat, man. It's still all fucked. Do you want to do it? You did it flawlessly last time.
Oh, man. No, just give it to him. We're already
Okay.
running short on time.
This is what Roger Ebert thought of Finding Nemo. This is the first movie ever that I've seen him review that he gave 4 out of 4 stars.
What?
It
I mean, it's
exists.
not
They
that
do-
it's not worth it.
They do exist. Is this even going to be funny to read? Finding Nemo has all of the usual pleasures of the Pixar animation style, the comedy and wackiness of Toy Story or Monsters, Inc. or Bug's Life. That was a little long in the teeth, but that's fine. There is a story, though, one of those Pixar inventions that involves kids on the action level, while adults are amused because of the satire and human or fishy comedy. The movie, and then he talks about the plot of the movie. These characters are voiced by actors whose own personal mannerisms are well known to us. I recognize most of the voices, but even the unidentified ones carried buried associations from movie roles, and so somehow the fish take on qualities of human personalities. There's something dreamlike about the visuals. This is not funny. The picture's great inspiration is to leave the sea by transporting Nemo. Yeah, I know how it... Willem Dafoe was in this movie, I guess. I don't remember that. The first scenes in Finding Nemo are a little unsettling. Yeah. When I review a movie like Finding Nemo, I am aware that most members of its primary audience do not read reviews. Their parents do, and to them, and adults who do not have children as an excuse, I can say that Finding Nemo is a pleasure for grown-ups. There are jokes we get that the kids don't, and the complexity of Albert Brooks' neurosis, the guy who voices the dad,
Yeah.
and that enormous canvas filled with creatures that have some of the same hypnotic beauty as, well, fish in an aquarium. They might appreciate another novelty. This time the dad is the hero of the story, although in most animation it is almost always the mother. That wasn't funny. Should I find it a different one?
No, I mean, I can talk about that for a second.
Okay.
I want to know. I just want to know what makes this guy tick. Why did he enjoy Finding Nemo? So it's a good movie.
Yeah,
it's
why
a really
did he,
good movie.
Like, I kind of want to know, what was the last one we did? What was the last Ebert review we did?
Jesus.
It was Clue.
Yes, we just did Clue.
Why did he hate Clue but like Finding Nemo? Like, that's what I want to know. They're both great movies. Spider-Man 1 is a great movie. Why did he hate Spider-Man but he liked Finding Nemo?
I think I'm kind of figuring this guy out a little bit.
All right, lay it on me.
And maybe it's I think he, same as I am, is a humor snob. Doesn't find certain things funny.
Okay.
And I feel like maybe the humor in Finding Nemo is a little bit more elegant than, say, Clue or Pokemon or what
So
have
you're
you.
saying that you think he would rather show up to Clue and it be a gritty 90-minute murder mystery with no jokes?
Yeah.
And the fact that it was sort of a silly comedy movie, he was like, what the fuck is this?
Exactly.
But he shows up to Finding Nemo and he's like, this is a movie for children. There's going to be jokes. Oh, I actually get him this time.
Not only does he get him, but the story is laid out in a much more I want to use another word than elegant. It's a little more serious.
Yeah.
The plot line, it's not just some silly adventure.
No, I see what you mean. It's really easy to relate to the main character.
Exactly.
Even as a kid, I was like, this guy's got to get his fucking kid back.
Exactly. And I don't know. I'm figuring him out. Still, though,
I think this review was a necessary stepping stone in us unraveling the mystery that is the late great Roger Ebert.
Here's the thing: if he gives me an inch, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I wanna understand why he's so well renowned.
Yeah.
But still does kids movies. That's the other thing too. Is once you write like 30 or 40 and they're all crap, maybe like the blockbuster
Right.
films that you just thought were nonsense.
No, if you give every kids movie a bad review, maybe there's something wrong with you.
Exactly. Maybe this isn't your niche. Maybe do Citizen Kane again or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can only imagine the
Yeah.
review. I'm sure that's his only 5.
There is.
I'm sure he
oh.
loves Citizen
He
Kane.
broke his out of 4 rule for Citizen Kane. 'cause
I
it's like
bet.
the first movie ever, whatever the fuck.
It was considered the best movie ever made.
But it's not, right? I haven't seen it.
I've never seen Citizen Kane, but here's the thing, and this is something one of the things I kind of want to work on behind the scenes, I guess I'll give people a little tidbit, is it was in the first golden age of movies when people started to care about movies.
Yeah.
I think that pales in comparison to what we have now. For its time, it
Oh,
was
yeah,
probably the
yeah.
best movie. And, that's that whole sentence, that little run-on sentence I just said there. I've talked to you about this. I really want to do maybe even a series of video essays about the different
Yeah. Ages of
cinema because it's amazing the evolution and it has some fall-off points. There's points in, it's not all one, It keeps getting better. There's points in cinema. I feel like for the first time in 10 years, I'm frequently going to the movies.
Yeah.
In
No,
the
I
early
feel you.
2000s, there was nothing. It was
Right.
Anyways, we'll talk about that
Yeah.
in great detail, hopefully in a video essay someday.
No, what I was going to say is from what I've heard, if you take film class in like college, all the professors are like Citizen Kane and all the students are like, nah. That's just what I've heard.
Well, that can be related to anything.
Any
I've
professor,
heard art students have issues with that. I mean, you and I had classically trained professional
musicians.
professors for music.
Yeah.
So anything beyond the 1920s and the jazz age, which for them is modern, forget about it. They're not gonna give it an inch.
What is Citizen Kane even about?
I don't know. I know
Is it
Orson Welles made it.
Okay.
And I do respect Orson Welles a lot, so I'd like to see Citizen Kane. I don't know what it's about.
Yeah, me either. I always get it confused with Raging Bull. I don't know why. I just every time someone says Citizen Kane in my head, I'm like the boxing movie. No, that's Raging Bull. So I don't know what that's about.
But hey, let's give Ebert a little round of applause.
Yeah,
he didn't douche it up this time.
He didn't shit all over Finding Nemo. It seems like he actually enjoyed himself and would probably watch it again if he wasn't dying.
Jesus.
So, if I may, switch gears.
Yeah, go for it.
I went to the movies yesterday with my father, and we saw Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Yes.
A movie that I did not know the title of until it appeared on screen, because I was just referring to it as the Godzilla movie, and it is in fact called Godzilla, King of the Monsters, which is, of course, a reference to I think it's the first reboot series. The first one was called Godzilla, King of the Monsters. But King of the Monsters refers to Ghidorah, the three-headed one, and how in the Ghidorah versus Godzilla movie, Godzilla like takes reign and is like, now I'm the king. Because in the first Godzilla movie, the one with Bryan Cranston, it was the typical like Godzilla's evil, we think. Humans are dumb. Humans have a monster too. They're going to fight. Oh, our monster's evil. Godzilla's the cool one. Godzilla almost dies. He doesn't. He fucks off. This movie takes place 5 years later, and it's like, hey, where's Godzilla? Oh, shit, he's here. What is he doing here? He's here because King Ghidorah is about to wake up, and they going to fight each other. So I'm not going to spoil much.
Okay.
Everything I like... See, here's the thing. Like, it's a Godzilla movie. There's going to be dumb humans. The monsters are going to fight each other, and Godzilla's going to win, you know?
Yeah.
There's not much you can spoil, but what I consider a spoiler, I'll try not to delve into that. But if you saw the trailer for it, there's 4 in this movie. There's Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, and Rodan.
Little less than the 17 we originally thought.
Yeah, so there's not... In the trailer, they're like, there's 17 of them. There technically is. They don't show them all. And it's kind of implied that most of them are originals.
Okay.
Like, not, like, from Godzilla's history. But they don't show them all. But the 4 big ones are the ones I mentioned. And basically it becomes Mothra and Godzilla versus Rodan and King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah is kind of the villain of this movie.
Okay.
And this is not technically a spoiler because this is totally how it was back in the day. But you find out that King Ghidorah, all these creatures that they're messing with have been here longer than us, except King Ghidorah. King Ghidorah is from space.
Okay.
So King Ghidorah comes down to Earth and is like, all y'all bitches are mine. I'm the king. Follow me. And they all do, basically. So the final big battle is Godzilla and Mothra versus Rodan and King Ghidorah. Dude, I don't know if you know anything about these 4 monsters. Let's say Rodan is a fighting game character, okay? He used all his special moves.
Oh, yeah?
He did everything that Rodan has ever done. It was awesome. Rodan stole the show for me personally. But I really liked it. It was fun seeing Millie Bobby Brown act in something that wasn't Stranger Things.
Yeah. Did her nose bleed?
No,
Wow.
it didn't. Yeah, big step up for her. She went from a show where her nose bleeds in literally every scene to
no nosebleeds.
no nosebleeding.
And probably a pretty healthy paycheck.
Also, I was telling you earlier, it was PG-13, and as we all know, you get one F-bomb in a PG-13 movie, and they did not waste it.
Yeah.
Because there's this army dude, and he's standing in front of where King Ghidorah is about to be, and then King Ghidorah is there, and he's just like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, but tell him my cooler, better use of the word.
Oh, Chris wanted King Ghidorah to come out of the ice and just be like, fuck!
Nobody'd be expecting it.
I wouldn't have been, no.
I think I'd clap. Look at how groundbreaking that is for like 60 years of Godzilla. None of them have ever spoken.
No, Godzilla speaks once.
Really?
In what is it called? Return of Godzilla? No, it's called... Oh, man, I always forget. The second one where he fights Anguirus, he talks, and they, like, subtitle it, and it's really weird. He, like, talks to Anguirus, and Anguirus talks back. They've never done that again because it was so weird.
Yeah, that is weird. Did he talk in growls, or was it, like, Japanese?
No, it was, like, row, 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 and they put the words down the bottom.
They've never spoken a human language, though.
No.
See, how nuts would that have been?
What if they harmonize because there's 3 heads?
That'd be so cool.
Just all 3 of them. No, it was really cool. King Ghidorah was really cool. They were all really cool. It had a lot that the last one didn't. It had there's a video online which is like all the monster fight scenes from the first Godzilla movie. It's like 8 minutes long. And I honestly, if they did that for this movie, I think it would be like a good hearty 25 minutes long.
Wow.
Which is awesome. Like, that's all I wanted. And something that was not present in the last one was the music. There's like 2 classic Godzilla songs that have been in like every Godzilla movie, and they were in this movie.
Cool.
Also, the guy who did the music is Bear McCreary, the guy who does Walking Dead, but
Okay.
also the new God of War game. He did the music. He did a great job, like he always does. You know the song Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult?
Yes.
The one that's like, go, go,
Oh,
Godzilla.
no. Oh, I love that song.
So he remade it, and he got Serge Tankian, the lead vocalist from System of a Down, to do the lyrics.
Oh, nice.
It was really cool. I was actually listening to it this morning because my dad didn't recognize it for whatever reason. It played over the credits, and I was like, is this a remake of like an old Godzilla song? And in my head, I was like, I couldn't connect what it was. I was like, is this like the theme song to a Godzilla show or something? And I looked it up. I was like, oh, no, it's just a Blue Oyster Cult song, and they totally redid it. So that was really cool. The music was really good, which I cannot say about the last one. The music was just like whatever. Yeah, it was kind of everything I wanted. The plot was whatever. The humans were kind of dumb, and the monster fights were abundant.
Cool.
And this is not a spoiler. The after the credit scene teases King Kong versus Godzilla, which is next.
Okay, so that is officially next.
Yeah, it's coming out next year. I think my dad and I were talking. I think that what they're gonna do, because last time it was straight up who's gonna win, and then King Kong won because of licensing.
You and
stuff.
I were talking about this.
Oh, were we?
Yeah.
How we think that
There's going to be a third party,
yeah,
and it's going to be
it was you and me.
inconclusive.
Okay, I wasn't sure because my dad and I saw it together, so we were talking a bunch about it. Yeah, you kind of convinced me. I think what it's going to be is King Kong and Godzilla fight each other, and then a third, like maybe Destroyer or something, shows up, and they're like, fist bump, let's go, let's fight them together.
I think at this point, with Hollywood being a lot more renowned than it was the first time around Godzilla versus King Kong, I don't think they're willing to give up either one of those franchises at the moment.
Right, that's the thing, like, because my dad, there's like is Godzilla gonna die moment in this movie, and I was like, well, if he does, he just has a kid. Like, that's what he always does.
Yeah.
If he does, he has a kid in the second. Like, Godzilla doesn't make it out of the first Godzilla movie. They straight up kill him.
Yeah.
And so, like, but here's the thing, like, if it's King Kong versus Godzilla, if one of them has to die, I don't think it's gonna be Godzilla because he's kind of the main character of this cinematic universe that they're slowly building.
My money's on they're not willing to give up either one of them yet.
There was another.
Is there, besides the one Jack Black's in? Sorry, he's like the only character I can think of. Is that really considered part of this version? of the universe?
There was another. It was called Kong Skull Island. Do you remember that?
No.
It came out in 2017. It starred. This is funny. It starred Sam Jackson, Tom Hiddleston, and Brie Larson, all people from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it took place in the 60s. And the whole thing was they go to Skull Island, which is you've seen the Jack Black movie, yes? They go there, and there's like a bunch of creatures. There's a really cool like Daddy Longlegs creature. There's a couple like different like monsters that King Kong fights. But basically, the impression I got from that film was like King Kong doesn't want to leave this island, and 2 is way smaller than Godzilla.
Right. Well, that's something you and I talked about. He's like 1/50th the size of Godzilla.
But here's the thing, like. Godzilla supposedly has been around for 100 of years. The verdict's out on how old King Kong is. But, like, the King Kong movie took place in the 60s. That was 50, 60 years ago by the time Godzilla vs. King Kong comes out. So, like, maybe it's a different King Kong. Maybe King Kong's just, like, super jacked now. Like, you never know.
Yeah.
There's got to be... I think there's going to... Because the end of the movie was very conclusively, like Godzilla's dope, right? So, I think there's going to be, like, all the monsters that we've been hinted at are living on Skull Island, and there's like a turf war. And then the turf war gets broken up by Mechagodzilla or something like that. And it's like, let's team up and fight.
I that just seems to be the logical conclusion.
Yeah. What was I just going to say? Kong Skull Island is not great. I didn't love that movie, and I know a lot of other people didn't. The monster designs were pretty cool. But it was not a great movie. I would give it a solid 6 out of 10.
Solid 2 out of 4.
Solid 1.5 out of 4. There is this funny bit. The guy who plays Dr. Doom in the bad Fantastic Four movie, he was in Kong Skull Island, but he also mocapped King Kong. So there's this part where they're flying in helicopters towards King Kong, and he's just like standing there, and the guy's like, "What is that?" And I saw a post. The post was just like, "It's you, man. That's you." But yeah, that was King Kong. It met my expectations. I really.
You mean that was
it.
Godzilla?
What did I say?
What do you think you said?
Did I say King Kong?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was Godzilla, King of the Monsters. It was good. It was really good. I would definitely see that again in theaters before it's. I would see both the movies we talked about. I would see them again in theaters, like in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
But that being said, there's like other movies I want to see.
That's the thing is this month man,
was crazy.
there's so many.
I still haven't seen Aladdin.
Aladdin was good.
I
just
missed,
saw Aladdin.
I missed Detective Pikachu. Dark Phoenix
Detective Pikachu was good.
Dark Phoenix is almost upon us. I'm not sure about that. And then before long,
Token, the unsung hero to me is that Token movie. I've heard nothing about it. I want to see it.
I mean, I don't think it looked good. But,
No.
you know,
I don't know. I like those.
I just don't like Nicholas Hoult.
Oh, okay.
He's not a great actor, in my opinion.
I like those like bio movies.
Yeah,
oh,
no,
Rocket Man's out.
Oh yeah, dude. When I went to the theater to see Godzilla, there was like, no exaggeration, like 50 old people there to see Rocket Man. I think they were on like an old home field trip because they all had like this special like we're old people tickets that they had to like scan and not pay or whatever. It was weird. But they were all. I was like, I wonder what movie it is, and I was like, Rocket Man, the Elton John biopic. Yes, good. Oh man, what was I just talking about? Oh, and then before we know it, it's gonna be time to go see Lion King.
See Lion King, see Far From Home, see there's a lot of good movies this year.
Far From Home
Marvel's
is on
not
its
done
way.
yet this year.
That's right. I can't believe that. I can't believe
Right?
that. But yeah, that was an episode. Hope you liked it. Next time will probably be one of those brainstorming ones we hinted.
Yeah.
Honestly, unless we like really want to see Lion King and talk about it or something like that.
Right.
But
a lot of
think
these
we're-
are sporadic and last minute, so
Yeah,
that's
like-
why it's never the same setup.
Right, yeah. Like literally, I think we recorded the Hateful Eight episode 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like we're recording this one now because Brightburn's out now.
Yeah.
By the time you hear this, it'll be like a week or two from now. But yeah, that's why we never really know what's coming next because there could be a movie we want to talk about. But I think for the most part we're done for the whole. We went to the movies, saw a movie. Here's what we thought for a bit. I think the next one's gonna be one of the video essay brainstorming ones we were teasing.
Sure.
But yeah, that'll do it for us. I've been Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
And take it easy.